Ladies and gentlemen, we have hit 1,000 subscribers. We did it. We freaking did it. Do you know what that means? It's time to celebrate, y'all. Is this even recording? I don't know what that was about, but okay. Yo, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about 5 composition ideas that you can use to spruce up your photography, or maybe even jog some creativity so that you can come up with the next composition that everybody's going to be using in the future. That would be pretty cool if you were inspired by this. But yeah, I just want to emphasize that these are composition ideas and not rules. I'm aware of like the rule of thirds and this and that and what you should or shouldn't do to produce a great image, but some of the greatest artists and directors and photographers have broken those rules and produced great work out of it. Now, I think it's important to learn the rules so you know why you're breaking them intentionally. I don't think there's any point in just breaking every single rule just for the hell of it and just considering yourself an artist. Like that's like what are you, an artistic gangster? Like, is that the move? Anyways, let's kick this list of 5 off with natural framing. Now, natural framing is my favorite composition of all time. I use it a million times over any work that I do, wedding, commercial, or just for fun. I use it all the time. What natural framing is that you, the photographer, are using the context around your subject to try to funnel your viewer's eye towards the subject. Now, this could range from anything as literal as putting your subject in a door frame, or putting them in between 2 poles, or using a U shape, or it could be as subtle as using 2 small objects in the foreground or the background as like kind of mini barriers so that you show your viewer where to hone in on. Again, it acts like a funnel. Of course, you might be imagining like, oh, if you just want to hone in on your subject, you should just have them be the only thing in the frame. But I think it's really interesting and helpful if you use the environment to do that for you. You're filling up the frame with intention and direction and not just junk or pure emptiness out of no reason. Second composition I want to talk about is something that I use very often as well, and that's minimalism. So minimalism incorporates a lot of negative space to show like the vastness of the landscape that you're shooting or the vastness of the space that you're photographing. I really like the minimalistic composition because it's so clean. I love to shoot with big skies and a lot of negative space, and I think it just puts me at peace and maybe my viewers at peace when it's just really clean, not very busy and not noisy at all. You just kind of know what this photo is about. I think it's really interesting when you bring in human subjects into a minimalistic composition because it kind of provides a scale of how big the environment that you're shooting in, which leads me into my third composition, which is juxtaposition. The denotation of this composition is that you're just comparing 2 things. So you could put anything side by side, really. I think in a minimalistic composition, even if your human subjects are super small, you're bringing more attention to them because you're giving the viewer an understanding of the scale of the photograph. A mountain, rock, or valley by itself is not that interesting if you have nothing to compare it to. Insert human subject and the game changes. It's a lot more interesting. Composition number 4 is symmetry and centeredness. Now, if you're a fan of Wes Anderson, he does this perfectly. His signature is centeredness. What I want to emphasize about this composition is that it's not enough to just put your subject in the middle of the frame and then call it a day. It's important to make the photo feel balanced. Now, if properly done, you actually make your subject look a lot more powerful, and if you play with lower angles, it emphasizes that even further. Now, the last composition I want to talk to you guys is leading lines, and this is very similar to natural framing because you're using your environment to guide your viewers' eyes from all of your photo towards your subject. It could range from like railing or like lines on the ground or even lights, and it's even cooler if your lines are going in the same direction as your subject. It gives a very unifying look. All right, those are 5 composition ideas, not rules. And there are some other people that I want to highlight, like Wes Anderson or Sam Esmail and Mr. Robot. They use very interesting compositions, and you can too. This whole thing is an art form. Do whatever you want, or what makes you happy, or what makes the photo look interesting to you. And at the end of the day, this might spruce up your photography, this might spruce up your portfolio, and you can drive up the rates because your compositions are on par. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment on what your favorite composition is or what you want to work on. Make sure you punch that like button on the video. And guys and girls, thank you so much for your love and support on this channel. We reached 1,000, and the next thing that we have to look forward to is 10K, and then after that 100K. So let's do this. Practice your composition at home, and when COVID is over, let your creativity run wild out there, and tag me at Who's Chris Chu so I can see your guys' work and your development. I would be super excited to view any of that. And guys, I will see you in the next video. Peace.